Boys. Look, the Huskies here.
Welcome to our opening day. I'm Dana Guidi-Pietro. I'm the baseball commissioner and event planner for today. On behalf of the Mountainside Softball and Baseball League, I'd like to welcome you to our 2026 opening day annual ceremony. This year's opening day is dedicated to a very special person, Andrew Adornato. For over 10 years, Andrew dedicated himself to this organization. He served as a board member, took on the responsibility of overseeing our fields, later led us to the pride and integrity as president. No matter the role, Andrew always put the league first. His commitment was steady, his leadership selfless, and his passion unwavering. Andrew believed deeply in what this program represented. He believed in teamwork, in community, and in the power of the game to bring people together. He understood that this league is about more than wins and losses. It's about memories, friendships, and the bonds that last a lifetime. Through challenges and triumphs, Andrew never gave up on this league. He cared deeply about the players, the families, and this community. He created a bond with his board that will never be forgotten, and his influence will continue to be felt on these fields for years to come. Though Andrew is no longer with us, his spirit lives on in every game played, every cheer from the stands, and every memory made on this field. Today, we dedicate opening day in his honor with gratitude, with respect, and with promise to carry forward the passion and commitment he showed us all. Andrew, you will always be part of this league. At this time, can I please have Seton Hall 8th grade players go to center field to the flag? Carissa Millay and Anthony Quinn, please come up. Please stand. Please remove your caps and turn your attention to the flag in the center field as we honor our nation. Raising the flag this year, we have our 8th grade softball players from Seton Hall, Adriana Miller, Ava Pulmenko, Bianca Canali, Bella Quayle, Olivia Leidenheim, Victoria Elman. Here to lead the flag salute, Ava Adornato, please come up. Can I also have her cousins Luke and Ben Adornato please come up? Here to lead the flag salute in honor of her fathers, Ava Adornato, and in honor of their uncle, Luke and Ben Adornato. Now here to perform the national anthem is Carissa Millay.
Oh, can you see what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And here to do the flag salute in honor of her father,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
great job. Now please be seated. Anthony Quinn will now read a poem entitled He is Just a Little Boy.
He stands at the plate with his heart pounding fast. The bases are loaded, the die has been cast. Mom and Dad cannot help him. He stands all alone. A hit at this moment would send his team home. The ball meets the plate. He swings and he misses. There's a groan from the crowd with some boos and some hisses. A thoughtless voice cries, "Strike out the bum." Tears fill his eyes, and the game's no longer fun. So open your heart and give him a break, for it's moments like this a man you can make. Please keep this in mind when you hear someone forget he's just a little boy and not a man yet.
Thank you. In honor of this special day, I would like to welcome Allison Adornado and Andrew's family and friends to come up and say a few words. Steve?
Good morning. For the past 14 years, I've stood on the other side of the fence listening to the speeches being made by the mayor and board members. For about 9 of those years, Andrew was the one making the speech. I never in a million years would have thought that one day I'd be here in his place. Unlike me, Andrew didn't think about his speech or write it weeks ahead of time, and he definitely didn't practice it, not even once. Because that's who Andrew was, off the cuff, authentic, and what you saw is what you got. You've all heard by now that Andrew was a soccer and basketball coach involved with PAL basketball and trustee of the Mountainside Library. But his true love and passion was being a softball and baseball coach and serving on the board of the Mountainside Youth Softball and Baseball League. Andrew dedicated so much of his free time to this league and its athletes trying to make a difference. Andrew and the board members spent an inordinate amount of time working on these fields in every season, making them look nice, and getting the fields playable after rainstorms. He never missed an opportunity to host a tournament or a season because of field maintenance. Andrew brought Mountainside teams back to Cooperstown after a long hiatus. He integrated softball into the Mountainside Youth Baseball League, renaming it the Mountainside Softball and Baseball League. He made Mountainside a host site for district and other tournaments. He added a fence to the minor league field so kids would have the experience of hitting an outside the park home run. He switched our tournament teams for districts and states to playing by age rather than grade to become more competitive. This created angst amongst parents who were afraid their sons wouldn't play with their friends. Andrew assured them it was okay to make more friends. I can tell you that some of the boys from those other grades are my son's best friends to this day. Andrew made friends with everyone. He had the honor of coaching the Blue Stars with Chuck Fernicola, and they became instant friends despite their many decades age difference. It's lore in our family the day Andrew took my boys and Chuck to the GL County game at King College had accidentally left Chuck there until the kids asked Dad, "Where's Chuck?" Andrew didn't play daddy ball, as he called it. If anything, he was harder on my own kids than their teammates. Alex would say, when someone strikes out, Dad says, "Great try." And when I strike out, I get a 10-minute lecture on what I did wrong, perhaps in a loud tone. But Andrew loved all the kids on his teams and wanted them all to succeed. He built up their confidence and didn't tear them down with negative words. All the kids had a safe space in our house. If they were having problems at home, they knew Andrew would provide comfort, rides, and meals. He even gave people our garage codes so they would have a place to go if they couldn't go home. He wanted to run a league that valued community above all else. If the numbers didn't work to have a child on a team, he worked with Berkeley Heights and Springfield to find spots for kids that didn't have a place. He believed everyone should be given a spot. Andrew coached rec, travel, and district teams every year, but it's important to note that he did all of this while watching Ava when I was at work. He'd run practices with her on his shoulder, and he'd coach games sitting on a bucket while watching her in her stroller at the fence. He truly did it all. Once our boys got to GL, however, Andrew's work wasn't done. Most recently, he had turned his attention to softball. He was actively working on developing a team of ladies, as he called them, with kindness and patience. They are better players for having had him, if only for a short time. Andrew believed in player development and consistency. He believed that rec was a time for fun, travel was a higher level of competition, and tournaments were for winning. Don't get me wrong, Andrew wanted to win. But he truly believed that if you focused on the development, the camaraderie, and not being a jerk, the wins would come. And they did. Andrew used to joke that he was the winningest coach in Mountainside history. I have no idea if that's true or not, but I bet it's pretty close. There were plenty of wins in basketball and soccer, but the baseball wins were most notable. The Green Machine, coached by Andrew, Eric Canagallo, Steve Filiacci, Vinny Donahue, Mike LaLoya, were the 2018 district, state, and regional champions, the 2019 district and state champions and Mid-Atlantic regional runner-up, the 2020 district and state champions, and the 2021 district and state champions. One of Andrew's teams won the Monster Bracket in Cooperstown, and one won the overall Cooperstown tournament. Andrew's players went on to big things. On the 2024 GL State Championship team, 11 out of 20 rostered players were coached by Andrew. On the 2025 GL State Championship team, 14 out of 22 players were coached by Andrew. Currently, one of Andrew's players is playing varsity baseball at Seton Hall Prep and another at Oratory. And on this current GL baseball team that just broke the state record for most consecutive wins, 10 out of 20 players were coached by Andrew. There were a lot of practices and games, but there were also a ton of parties. Everyone on the team was invited, and those not on the team were also invited. If Andrew knew you, you were invited. The party was always at our house, sometimes even to my own surprise. I spent a lot of time over the last year thinking about how authentically and unapologetically Andrew lived his life. He didn't tolerate nonsense or drama. He said it like it is, and if nobody wanted to hear it, he stood up to bullies and he made decisions. He loved his friends, his family, and a good time. He cherished Mountainside and these fields. Andrew believed these fields built more than athletes. They built community. Over the past year, some of you may have heard me saying live like Andrew, and I encourage you all to do so. Coaches, focus on player development. Treat everyone on your team with respect and equals and like your own son or daughter, and the wins will follow. Kids, have fun, try your hardest, don't be a jerk, and love your teammates. Aspire to be like this GL baseball team on and off the field. This GL baseball program has been the greatest support system for our family. Parents, embrace the other families around you, the parents, the grandparents, the uncles. Let down your guard, don't be competitive. Andrew and I made our best friends on these fields. These are the people that will be your lifelines in hard times. They will celebrate your big milestones and help you survive when life feels unsurmountable. Thank you to the MSBL board, in particular Dana G., Mayor Mirabelli, the Board of Ed, and the Town Council, thank you for recognizing Andrew's service to the town of Mountainside. To Chris Roof and the Governor Livingston Baseball Program, thank you for keeping Andrew's spirit alive and taking care of my boys. To Steve Filiacci and the members of the AA Foundation, thank you for being the best friends a family could ask for and for keeping Andrew's name in people's minds. Let's play ball and make him proud.
Now I'd like to introduce the president of the AA Foundation, former MSBL vice president, and Andrew's dearest friend, Steve Filiacci.
Thank you, Dan. You know, I'm pretty sure I actually had more career wins than Andrew. I'm just saying, right? You know, if Andrew was here right now, he would definitely want me to roast him or spend the next 40 minutes talking about the historic Green Machine. How much time? What time does the GL game start? All right. In all seriousness, the AA Foundation raises money for GL baseball, Mountainside, MSBL, and providing youth scholarships. And I can't tell you, the first year was great, and we raised a lot of money. And we're going to continue to do so. Mark your calendars for October 8th. That's the official next golf outing. We decided to do it on a Thursday as opposed to a Monday. Thursday, and then maybe potentially follow it up that night with the casino night. So we're going to raise a ton of money that night. It's our largest fundraiser, along with some other small things that we do. At this time, I'd like to present a check to MSBL. There you go. All right. I don't want to talk too long, but the one thing I could say is, I know, you know, that street sign is called Andrew. We were deciding what we should call it. Andrew Adornato Road, Andrew Adornato Way. Everyone said, has to be Andrew Adornato Way, because he always did it his way. And even if we were in a situation where when there's a board meeting, at the end of the day, he would turn to me and said, I don't care, I'm just going to do it my way anyway. So I know Andrew is definitely looking down on us. He guided us through the years through the Green Machine, and somehow I know he's definitely guiding GL in this streak between last year and this year. So Andrew, keep looking down, keep the light shining. We love you.
Thank you, Steve. Now I'd like to introduce our MSBL president, Frank Mamaro. Very emotional, very tongue-tied.
Wow, I would say what a beautiful day and ceremony to kick off our opening day. First, I want to start out by saying the level of intentional effort making today special in memory of Andrew and his family is a perfect example of why most, if not all of us, live in this town. While small and quaint, when our community rallies behind a cause, it's days like today that are the outcome. So I hope all of our young athletes really sit back and remember and appreciate today as a special memory in Andrew's honor. And to Andrew's family, I just want to say that his hard work, dedication, impact, and memory within the MSBL family will live on for generations to come. I do want to make a special thank you to the AA Foundation that we wear in his honor here today for their generous grant donation that helped pay for Andrew's memory on our scoreboard, plaque added to the snack shack, as well as helping towards our new tractor for the fields that we just received last week. On a related plaque, please join me in thanking our sponsors. Big shout out to Maxwell Furniture Restoration right here in downtown Mountainside with the Grand Slam sponsorship. You have been an amazing contributor to our league and have our undeniable gratitude. You are by far the most generous family to the MSBL in our town. Also to my company, Epic Insurance Brokers, for making a Grand Slam sponsorship as well. It is important to note that without all of our sponsors, most of whom are attending today, we could never financially have accomplished all our large projects. Redoing our baseball infields, adding new sod and sprinkler systems, the softball infields that we redid a few times last year, our sound equipment, our Wi-Fi in the fields, our snack shack credit card processing, our batting cage upgrades, our lighting, our pitching machines, are all due to our sponsorships. Truly hope our advertisements here help grow and bring fortune to your business and your family names within the community. To our MSBL board and volunteers, congrats on getting us to another successful opening day. From our late night board meetings throughout the year, after all of us getting home from coaching and managing our individual teams, to registrations, drafts, uniforms, collaborating with all of our outside towns, inventorying and buying all of our equipment, safety requirements, chartering the leagues, to say the least. I could not have done all that without our MSLB board, so thank you. You have my undeniable gratitude. With more than 75% of us new to this process, you have really stepped up and made a material influence to this league and to our children. I also want to thank our Board of Education for their partnership and allowing us to use their fields, the Rec Department for always lending us a helping hand and then some, our mayor for always showing up and supporting and collaborating where needed and screaming at everyone to show up and volunteer, and to our field crew, Adam Nord, Matt Miranda, and all our boys helping out. Peek Shari for not only being our tech guy, but resident auto mechanic and overall most helpful person in this town, going above and beyond to lend his time to this league. Dana G and Jamie Quinn treating our board like family and always having a helping hand in all that we do here. And lastly, and most importantly, to our young patient athletes sitting on the field today, waiting for all of us to finish and let them get to their games. I really believe this sport exemplifies all critical lessons you could want to relate to your children. With teamwork, hard work, commitment, values, honesty, any child can push themselves to be great at this sport. If our athletes can have some takeaway from us parents here today, I would love it to be: 1, have fun. This is truly the best years of your life. 2, represent yourself in Mountainside in the most professional manner. Hustle, hustle, and hustle, and hustle some more. Play your hardest and give it your all. One thing I always like to tell my young athletes is hustling, trying your hardest, and caring about your team takes no natural sport athleticism, but it will, and I promise you, make you a better athlete and help you get better at this tough game here that we're playing today. So parents, please sit back and relax, fight the urge to get involved, and let our amazing group of volunteer managers and coaches do what they're asked to do by our league. And thank you all for showing up today, and hope to provide a memorable season for you and your family. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Now I would like to introduce Mayor Paul Maravelli.
Good morning, Mountainside! On behalf of myself and the council and the whole community, I want to congratulate this unbelievable event today. The fields look great, but as I've always said in the past, this doesn't happen in a vacuum. We need volunteers. Volunteers are the backbone of Mountainside. They're the backbone of this league. Please get out of your chairs and help whenever you can. Rake the fields. I know we have a lot of volunteer coaches and assistant coaches, and that's fantastic. But without the volunteers, we could not do what we do today. I do want to congratulate the Governor Livingston high school baseball team on their championships over the last 2 years, and the new state record that they just got, 39 wins. It's a new record. Mr. Chris Roof, a Hall of Fame coach, I understand. And I'm trying to get him to move to Mountainside, but I don't know. I'm going to start sending him listings, so maybe he'll wind up here, because I understand he has a couple kids that are pretty good in softball and baseball. There's also last year, the 7U won the district championship. That was the first time in the history of Mountainside, so let's give them a big round of applause. Now, Andrew Adonato, I don't know, I think everything has already been said. But, you know, as a politician, I got to say a few words about him anyway. So, first of all, if you look out here on Sawmill, we do have a new sign up there. The council has renamed a portion of Sawmill Andrew Adonato Way, which is very fitting. You know, a lot of people say to me, you know, what can you do about the weather? Make sure it's a nice day for opening day. Well, I'm pretty sure Andrew had his hand in this beautiful day today. He's always got his hand in everything. So he's looking down on us now. I know he's proud of all the teams that are here. He's proud of the Governor Livingston baseball team, and he's going to continue to look down and guide them and give everyone inspiration to do their best, try their hardest. Okay? So let's play ball!
Thank you, Mayor. Next, our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Chris Kinney.
Good morning. How are we doing out there, folks? Let me hear my peeps, my students. How's everybody? All right. Thank you for the MSBL for allowing me to speak today. I can tell you firsthand the collaboration between organizations and the Board of Ed is extremely vital to our students because of the programming that goes into these sporting events and organizations. And what I mean by that is we definitely see a correlation between what goes on in the field and what goes on in our classrooms. Our students that participate here, they learn drive, commitment, perseverance, resilience, and teamwork. All vital skills that will not only last in school, but beyond in life. So we thank you to all of the MSBL volunteers, coaches, the MSBL board, and we appreciate your collaboration with the Board of Ed. And I would just like to wish everybody a very successful season. And go Yankees. Do we have a Yankees team? I'm a Yankees fan, sorry. There you go. All right, have a great day, folks.
Thank you, Mr. Kinney. Husky, you want to come up or announce the teams? On behalf of both MSBL, I would like to thank the Board Council, the Mountainside Board of Education, the Mountainside Fire Department, the Mountainside Police Department, the Mountainside Rescue Squad, the Governor Livingston Band, AA Foundation, Mr. CJ Hendricks, Athletic Director of Governor Livingston High School, Coach Roof, and the entire varsity baseball team and coaching staff for coming to support our program today. A special thanks to our Grand Slam sponsors. A special thanks to Joanne Huss at Austin Thomas Photography for donating her time and capturing these special moments today. Thank you all so much for a wonderful contribution to our community, and congratulations to the 7U Mountainside Huskies for being the first 7U district champs. At this time, I'd like to thank my fellow board members. It's without countless hours of dedication that this league is possible. Many people have worked countless hours to prepare for today and the upcoming season. A special thanks to Jamie Quinn, Marissa Garabedian, Peter McSherry, Nick Barbera, Matt Leonardelli, Matt Miranda, Adam Nord, and the entire field crew. Without the continued support of our parents, coaches, volunteers, and sponsors, this would not be possible. Now it's time to introduce our 2026 teams, starting with our softball division. Division 1, Alabama, managed by Dan Bartolozzi and sponsored by DBAT Mountainside. Clemson, managed by Jeffrey Gosell, sponsored by DBAT Mountainside. Florida, managed by Ronan Rosta, sorry if I did not pronounce that right. Sponsorship by Hilltop Tutoring Center. Notre Dame, managed by Daniel Hagee, sponsored by Hilltop Tutoring Center. UCLA, managed by Christopher Gonzalez, sponsored by DBAT and Mountainside. Our Division 3, Boston College, managed by Sean Wessel, sponsored by Vincent Green. LSU, managed by Jenna Clemente, sponsored by Maxwell Furniture Restoration. Our Division 2, Oregon, managed by Steve Lazarus, sponsored by White Birch Lemon Screen Contractors. Texas, managed by Chrissy Chapek, sponsored by Vertex and Chapek PC Estate and Chuck Attorney. And our Division 1, Seton Hall, managed by Dana Pietro, sponsored by Freeland. Now our baseball division, our T-ball. Blue Rocks, managed by Joe Clementi, sponsored by Tasty Sub Salt 2. Grass Knuckles, managed by Vivian Zazari, sponsored by Hooks, managed by Adam Field, sponsored by Corbin Family. Redwoods, managed by Brian Basti, sponsored by Matthew Flores. Redwoods Road, Pablo, sponsored by MAP. Water Dogs, managed by Matthew Stevens, sponsored by Florida Life. Our American League Division is managed by Jason Atkins, sponsored by Daniel Weber, 16 County Travel. Next, managed by Matthew Rodelli, sponsored by Pilot Network. Padres, managed by Chris Belzadi, sponsored by Eastern Gold. Pirates, managed by Matt Mosky, sponsored by the Dolphin Sports Line. And Rockies, managed by James Del Trono, sponsored by Mountainside PBA 126. Our minor league division, Brewers, managed by Brian Weber, sponsored by John's Cafe. Raisins, managed by Francis Maloney, sponsored by Aces Carolina. Reds, managed by Bobby Moore, sponsored by MTC Carpenter. Raisins, managed by David Dudley, sponsored by Whaling Spinola Family. Our Major League Division, Cubs, managed by Matt Marizal. Managed by David Quinn, sponsored by Eric Burgess. Sponsored by Aces Spring rec season. Can I please have Andrew's uncle, Anthony Adornato, and Addison Adornato please come up? I would like to thank all the MSBL board members for all their community support and selflessness. Thank you for so much for your countless hours dedication to our league. So throwing out the first pitch. Frank, can we have a ball? Throwing out the first pitch will be Andrew's uncle, Anthony Adornato, and catching will be Addison Adornato. All these years of doing this, and I always forget the ball. I'm sorry. I would just like to thank all the players. I know this is a really long ceremony, and I know it's hard to sit through it all, and you guys all did a great job. Okay. Let's go, Unc. You got this. Yes. Have a great 2026 season. Play ball.